Hi guys. I thought in the nature, to stay in line with me, my trademark is honesty. So I'm going to change the video if it comes out all right, if it's not all blurry or something. That's just for my returning subscribers. A different video plays for people who have never encountered my channel. Of course, as we know, people who encounter my channel for the first time, if they're watching my recent videos, are going to be like, what the fuck? But you guys have to understand that if I continued to do those types of videos, it wouldn't be honest. It would be totally fake, okay? And my trademark is not being fake. You who know me, you know that. I'm actually shocked that you know, that people continue watching me, because it's nothing but depressing. But you have to look around. No more Omar shrine, right? No more Omar shrine. If you saw my home, for the most part, it's barren and immaculate. Okay? Just because I don't do those videos anymore doesn't mean when I did them, I didn't appreciate the compliments. See? Things change, everything changes. I binge watch Friends. Okay? I don't binge watch Friends and think, oh my God, what Matthew Perry did to himself, and he died so young, and it was no one's fault but his own, I don't think that when I watch Friends. I just enjoy it for what it is. Okay? So if people want to, they can continue enjoying my stuff as long as it's out here for, I've been doing this for a very, very long time. Decades. This online stuff. And, everything changes. Everything changes. But many people, including me, continue to watch, like I said, watch stuff that even of people that aren't around anymore. So, anyway, I just wanted to say that. Whoever's still watching me, watching my downward spiral, but while I'm okay, I'm fighting. Whoever's still watching me either really loves me or really hates me. But I still appreciate you, even if there's absolutely nothing that you can say. There's nothing you can say that's going to make a difference. Do you understand? You're strangers. There's nothing my best friend Joe can say to me that's going to make a difference. I'm not even sure how this works. It's not supposed to be this long. Maybe I'll just upload this separate. I don't know how it works. I really don't. I can't even test it out because if I went to test on a different browser, not logged on, then I would be considered like a new person. Get it? Brand new people. And it would play the new to my channel video. That's not reflective of videos I've been creating for months now either. But I'm not obligated to change that because it's just my work, so to speak. You know what I mean? So just because the latest 100 videos or something are depressing, that doesn't change the previous 13,000 videos that span, nearly a decade and a half. Even more, but out on this one. You see? I'm not sure how that works, where it says returning people this video will play. But once you've seen it once, you don't keep watching it. You bypass it somehow. Like I said, I can't test it because it's only for, people who aren't new to my channel. But I'm not gonna, under the circumstances that you guys are fully aware, if you just continue, if you're not new and you're following me for a long time, I'm not going to create content that's anything but reflective of my current circumstances and particularly current mentality. How I feel is justifiable, 100%, beyond justifiable. You know what I mean? Beyond justifiable. So I'm going to create something else that's shorter. I'm up at 5. See, laundry. I kept the place immaculate. You know. My mom fell, but whenever she fell over the past nearly 5 months that she was home, those 5 months, was her own carelessness. It wasn't dizziness. It wasn't tripping over anything, believe me. And it wasn't dizziness. It wasn't a seizure. Her doctor, the one who respectfully called me every fucking day before he medically cleared her to be discharged to rehab, nursing home, okay? But he respectfully called me every day after I bitched and complained about not getting that from the previous, thus proving, you know, that the attitude just sucks. Be she, in the mental hospital part or the hospital part, or it just sucks. It has zero respect for the invoked healthcare proxy, me. Um, but he did. He called me every day. We discussed my mother. Again, hospital setting. They're right there, and they're in a split. You know what I mean? They're never gonna let her fall. But we discussed. I discussed it with the doctor. Her doing, and he's like, yeah, she doesn't want to accept that she's old, which is the same thing I say. She doesn't want to accept her situation. She wants to just pretend that it's not true. And in her case, it put her life in danger. It continues to put her life in danger. The roommate claims, and I believe her, she was protecting my mother 24 hours a day. So, and then the roommate's like, her mind can't grasp that okay, but then if you say that, I'm supposed to just accept she's doomed. I'm not going to do that. As I've told anybody in real life, or any of you that isn't even remotely real life. As long as my mother doesn't give up on herself, I will never give up on my mom. It's that's cut and dry. As long as my mother never gives up on herself, I will never give up on her. Okay? It's not like, she called me like 3 times yesterday. Even the roommates, like, I know, they need to get her involved in activities and stuff. She needs to just be kept busy. And it's weird because when she was put in the dementia wards, the very first day of that one she was in for 3 months, and that one she was in for 2 days, the activity director is coming after me. And the minute I walk in the door, practically, what's your mom like? And in this place, they didn't. Didn't even, it's been 2 weeks, I didn't even meet the activities director. It's very strange. Everything's different. But again, I don't care, because it's easy for the shitholes. They have a good activities and they have whatever, but they don't have the help, the staff, so, to be there for someone like my mom, who's bedridden. It's that simple. It's the bedridden people, residents of nursing homes, who are in danger. They're the ones. Continuous danger. Not all of them, and my guess is not most of them, will do what my mom does, and not even, like, she'll pretend that she can walk just fine and everything's fine because she doesn't want to accept her situation. But in my eyes, she also doesn't want to die, or she would have already been dead. She fought her way back from being on a ventilator in the hospital for a week after being found barely breathing. We will never know if something happened to her as a result of being so severely dehydrated that they weren't paying attention in that nursing home. They were thinking that that's how she is. The poor woman. That's disgusting too. And that's not just AIDS witnessing that. That's just totally incompetence. If I find my mother unable to talk and sticking her finger when I just say, "Hey, Mama, how are you doing?" She terrified me. She looked close to death, and they were just thinking, "Oh, that's how she's supposed to be." And you think I would ever send her back there in a million years? But even when I was fighting, I did never, there was no guarantee. But the skin of her teeth, she got into this one, or else I was gonna have to try to get her at least into one that wasn't one fucking star. That's disgusting. It's repulsive that you can't manage to get one more than one star. And it doesn't happen for no goddamn reason at all. I mean, come on, let's get real here. Okay? But at home, the times she fell were carelessness. And we nipped it in the bud. She fell once off the kitchen table, but she fell at the kitchen table when she was fine for months at the kitchen table, see? And I don't witness it because I don't know what happens and I don't witness it. But that once she had her wheelchair, that was never going to happen again because now you sit there at the wheelchair and you're not on that chair. I don't know how it happened. The time at the piano, had her piano, we know how it happened. Just ridiculous. She's on my wheeling old computer chair because I, a while back, decided I'd rather just sit on a hard chair with a cushion on it, like Joe does at his computer. And the wheeling chair was out here, right? Her walker was right there, and the chair wheels fine. So if you were thinking you're on the computer, you just wheel right up to your walker that you have next to you. Instead, she reached for the walker and fell off of the chair. I mean, carelessness, just not thinking. When she first came home from that nursing home, okay, she fell off of her bed. And that, I'm not sure what was going on with that. And then not long before she found she had the catastrophic hip, breaking of the hip. Again, after staying up all night, after being on 2.5 hours sleep all day and standing here and acting like she's a young girl and fiddling around with all her crap on the couch and the couches that I couldn't stop her from having out here. I tried. At one point I brought a ton of it into her room and she just eventually just carried it all back here. When she has, I can't. You can only protect someone from themselves for so much. I can't take her stuff away from her. I can't just force her. If she doesn't have the wherewithal to see, she shouldn't have all this crap out here. That it puts her in danger. And then when we realized that she wasn't able to maneuver that wheelchair like she fantasized she'd be able to do, and then what happened that she's scooting down to the edge of her bed and trying to do whatever, and I didn't know she'd been doing that because I don't watch her every fucking move. But after she fell, what did we do immediately? Nice church person came over here and helped me rearrange my mom's whole bedroom so she would have tons and tons of room in there to maneuver. But we never thought of doing that ahead of time because you can't always think of everything ahead of time. But in response to anything that ever happened, we fixed it. So when she did that with the damn computer chair, I took the computer chair away, I threw it away. I don't even know what I did with it. Didn't throw it away. What the hell did I do with it? I think it's in her closet or something. But nevertheless, took it away immediately and said, from now on, you can't have that. You're going to have to sit on a hard chair. Hard, dining room chair. You're not responsible enough to sit on the wheeling chair. I mean, it's ridiculous. You fell off of it. So any time that she did that to herself, I tried to, I didn't try. I did, well, I tried because there's no guarantees, but we rectified the situation. We took stuff away from her. The day she stayed up all night that morning, and she's going back and forth from wheelchair to walker because she wanted that wheelchair for over a month or however long she had it for. And then she decided she doesn't like being in a wheelchair because it limits her and people don't want to take her to church and all that. And now she wants to, that's what's so ironic, so heartbreaking. It's 2 days before this happened, or a few days. I want to start using the walker again. I don't want to not be able to walk. I don't want to use a wheelchair anymore. But then she's using both, and that was a disaster because she wasn't able to go from one to the other. She'd forget where she put one. And again, they can't be there for her 24/7. Nobody can. They can't in the nursing home either. All right? They can't in any facility. So is the writing on the wall for her? Probably. I did the best I could. I did the best I could to keep her safe and to make her life as enjoyable as possible, including begging people from her church, please come. I mean, when she was home here, I do it in the hospital settings too, but please come visit her. Please call. Please don't ignore her calls. Please find a way to take her to church. I went above and beyond for my mother. This could very well be the end of the road for her. There's nothing that I can do. There's nothing that I can do. So there's all of that, and there's no more Omar. And there's me turning 56 years old, and I'm just done. Okay. Done doesn't mean, going to do anything to myself or whatever. It means I'm just gone. I'm done with this life. I'm just done. Done. Gave it my all. And this is how it ended up. It's that simple. I gave it my all. And not surprisingly, ended up just nothing. With nothing, have no hope, and that's it. But as it happens to be in this life, Joe doesn't have nothing by any means, okay? He's he's still trying to find a job. And the other video actually said he's been trying to find a job for years in this field. I meant months while he's been on unemployment. But okay, but he has enough to live on. He has enough to not lose his house immediately. Okay, so Joe, and he loves God and he trusts in God and he has his faith, and so he doesn't have nothing. Like, I undisputed, I don't have anything, but lucky for me, he doesn't have anybody. So since he doesn't have anybody, and he's a good, decent person, when Donald got his clutches into me a lifetime ago, Donald didn't have anybody but his mom. But Donald was a monster. A self-hating monster, but a monster nonetheless. I'm self-hating, but I still try to be nice to everybody. Okay? I didn't really feel like talking for as long as I did to my mom's roommate yesterday, but she called me and she's alone, and she would have rather stayed in the nursing home than be going home to where she lives alone, and she's hurting, and you know, she's not destitute by any means, but she's hurting physically. So she can't do the things she needs to do. And that's it. I'm not going to betray her. I'm not going to say everything about her. I'm just going to make a point that I talked to her for a long time. And, you know, but I wouldn't be if she wasn't on the ball, right? She protected my mom, but I don't want to hear that you think that my mom doesn't have the ability to grasp that if she tries to get up, but and the roommate's like, well, but she did it all the time. Okay, but maybe by a miracle she won't. I don't know. It's been a day and she's still alive. You left a day ago and she's still alive. I don't know. The fact is, Donald had nobody. It was a monster. I have nobody but Joe. Joe has nobody but me. So Joe's gonna take it. You know what I mean? We've known each other, for decades. He'll take the basket case. He'll take even, because it's still better than fucking nothing. See? But that's a friendship, platonic. It's not a fucking relationship. So I rest my case.